Very good. Now, so at school today, we try to look at health and safety in using ICT tools. That is page 63, Ken Mass. Health and safety in using ICT tools. And then we mentioned that hazard means danger or harm. So the health hazard here becomes something that poses danger or risk to our health, or something that is potentially very dangerous to our health. So we mentioned that ICT tools are not without problems. In fact, to every good thing, there is something bad attached to it. So there is always something negative attached to something that is positive. And so the ICT tools that we know, that we believe and we cherish, that it accepts, it enhances teaching and learning, do not come about without what challenges. In fact, there are challenges associated with the use of ICT tools. And so, being IT students, we must know those health related issues and then how to safeguard ourselves from contracting the health challenges that are associated with them. Now, so we are saying that the use of the television affects what? The eye. So long time exposure to the television would automatically affect your eye. And then also it can cause what? Eye irritation. So there are some people that when they uh, watch the television or when they sit behind the computer for a very long time, they begin to experience what we call watery eyes. But you know, many so that is a symptom of what? A mild headache. Now, so we are saying that aside the fact that the television and then the computer, the screen, okay, can affect your eye, it can also cause some eye irritation and then eye fatigue. Okay, it can also lead to eye irritation or eye fatigue. And we are also saying that poor sitting postures can also result in backache. So when you sit behind the computer or your television set at home, and then you don't sit properly, you sit anyhow. At the end of the day, you will see that you would experience what we call headaches and then back pains. And so the health hazards pertaining to television also apply to the computer and then the projector, because all these emit what? Light. They emit light. So we advise that never ever let or allow someone to throw a torchlight at your eye. Don't think that your eye is good. So what you two torchlight to show any crown and nothing bad will happen to you. Maybe now you won't see the consequence, but when you are fully grown and you that is when you experience the consequence, and you will find it very difficult seeing things at the dark. It is then that you will know that you have what? Do yourself harm than good. Now, the mobile phone, the radio, public address system, and then loudspeakers, their health related hazards are the same. So now we are saying that when your mobile phone, the volume is too loud, it can affect your ear. And also be aware that the mobile phone also emits some amount of what? Radiation. And that is how come we advise that when you get a call, you do receive what? The phone call with your left ear, but not what? The right ear. And I think the left ear is safer than the right ear. So the loud, we are saying that the radiation that is emitted, or the radio frequency energy that is emitted from mobile phones, can affect the brain and tissue. Okay. And we are saying that when the mobile phone is held closer to the head for a very long time, the radiation that it emits, the radio frequency that is being emitted by the mobile phone, would affect the brain nerves and tissues. Very good. And so with time, you would expose yourself to what? Brain cancer, which is not good enough. Now, the radio to long-term exposure can also result in ear or hearing impairment. That is when the volume is too loud. The same thing applies to public address systems and stuff. Now, so as a matter of caution, we advise that you use screen shields or filters for monitors. And then make sure the volumes of your mobile phones, your public address systems and speakers are not too high. Some of you think that when your music is loud, it means that you are really enjoying life. That is not how we enjoy life. okay, you are doing yourself more harm than good. The fraud boys, they like doing this. Then that is to them because they know that they are not going to live long, because they know the source of their money, the source of their wealth is devilish. And so they know that Satan will be tasking them. So they can die any day, anytime, anyhow. So with them, they just what? Play their songs, they listen to music, and very loud and those kind of things. That is to them. But you have to be aware that these things are not good and it can result in ear impairment. And then do not answer or receive calls when charging mobile phone. That one is very serious. It's a very bad habit. So when the phone is on charge, please don't what use it. Don't receive calls. And then practice good sitting postures and use ergonomic furniture to reduce the risk of backaches or spinal cord problems. Okay. So when you sit behind the computer, your feet must touch the ground and your spine must be straight. You don't have to bend and these things. You see, all the advice that they are giving us are really what will help us not to contract these health related what issues. So Ken Mars has elaborated some, page 67, page 66, they are there. Now, so we discussed this at school, and then we also continued with introduction to manipulative keys, where I stated that the manipulative keys are not used to type letters or numbers, but they perform what? Other functions like deleting, canceling, running programs, and then executing command, etc. So know some examples of manipulative keys. Be able to also identify them when you see them, because in exam, they can bring the shift key, they can bring the tab key, they can bring what? The enter key, the backspace, and these keys, they can bring them. And then they will tell you to write their names, or even not their names per se, because normally the names are already written on the keys. So they will ask you to maybe state two functions of them. So you have to take notes. Now, the shift key, when you press and hold down the shift key plus an alphabetic key, it produces a capital letter. Enti umia shift, now on says so, now umia A, B, A, and I B, and I C, it will produce a capital letter. And then the same shift key is also used to produce a character which is on top of what? A key. So I told you that there are some keys that have what? Two characters on them. For example, the semicolon key. Okay, the same semicolon key also types the colon. But when you just press the semicolon key, it produces semicolon. But if you want to produce the colon key, then you have to press and hold down the shift key plus the semicolon key in order to produce what? The colon key. Okay, the colon. So that is the use of what? The shift key. And then the tab key, when you press it, it moves the cursor to a predetermined position. And that is how come we use the tab in creating paragraphs or indentations in MS Word application. The enter key or return key. So please take note. Another name for the enter key is return key. Ken Mars has stated it. So when it appears in objectives, you should be able to get it right. So the enter key is also known as the return key. And then in typing, when you press the enter key, we are saying that it moves the cursor to the next line. And then it helps a selected program to run or to be executed when pressed. So it isn't that when you press the enter key, a program will run or a program will be executed. No, that isn't it. You see, when you are stating it in exam, you have to be very careful. Don't say that the enter key, when you press the enter key, a program runs. That is a lie. It is never true. It is when the program is selected. It is when the program is selected that when you press the enter key, then the program runs. Do you get it? Can I get a response?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Got you.
Very good. Now, so it isn't that when you press the enter key, a program will run or a program will be executed. No, the program will run when it is first selected. When you have already clicked on the program and it is already highlighted in blue, that is when you press the enter key, the program will be executed or the program will start running. It is like opening a folder. You can't tell me that You put the mouse pointer on the folder and you press enter on the keyboard and expect the folder to reveal or to display its content. It will never work. You have to click on the folder first. Then when it is clicked and highlighted, then you press the enter key. It is then that the folder will open. So please take note, because this thing is so easy, it's so simple, but it will be very terrible when you get it wrong. So when you are learning, pay attention. Kemas, page 74. The second point under the enter key, we are saying that it helps a selected program. So the key word is what? Selected program. Selected program. So under when you are stating it and you remove the word selected and you simply write it helps a program to run or to be executed when pressed, it is wrong. Oh boy, it's a lie. The program runs or opens when it is first of all selected. So take note. And we also mentioned that the backspace is used to delete or remove characters to the left of the blinking cursor. To the left of the blinking cursor. I told you in class that not to the left of the cursor, but to the left of what? The blinking cursor. The blinking cursor. And then the delete key also remove characters to the right. Remove characters to the right. Please, when you are stating the function of both the backspace key and the delete key, you must pay attention to the word remove characters. That is the key word. So it is used to delete or remove characters. It is used to delete or remove characters to the left of the blinking cursor. That is for backspace. And then for the delete, it is used to remove characters or to delete characters to the right of the blinking cursor. Now, the characters we are talking about are what? The stuff you have typed. Okay. The things you have typed. Those are what we are referring to as well. The characters in this regard. Okay, so the alphabet, the things you have typed, they are what we are referring to as the characters here. And the caps lock key is used to toggle between uppercase letters and lowercase letters. So whenever the caps lock key is on, it allows you to type uppercase letters. But when it is off, it allows you to type lowercase letters. So now in typing, you can put the caps lock key off. When it is off, every key will produce small letters. But even if the caps lock key is off, but you press and hold down the shift key plus an alphabetic key, it will produce a capital letter. So also caps lock on umia a small a, umia s, it will give you small s. When you press D, it will give you small d. When you press F, it will give you small f. But when the caps lock key is off, but you press and hold down the shift key plus an alphabetic key, in this regard, A, shift plus A, shift plus S, shift plus D, then you will get capital A, capital S, capital D, respectively, even though the caps lock key is off. So you have to take note. And then the escape key is used to cancel actions in progress before they finish. So maybe you intended to open Mavis Beacon teaches typing to just practice typing, and then something came up and you decided, no, this thing I'm not going to type again. But the program is still in the process of being opened. So what do? You just press the escape and then you cancel it. Yeah. So that is that. Now, we also mentioned learning with ICT tools. I'm talking about page 77, where we emphasize that ICT tools help us to access information. Now you can even know more than your teacher. It is possible. All the topics that you are being taught at school, they have already been explained by experts. When you go to YouTube, maybe learning with ICT tools, you can search for it on YouTube. The several videos, plenty videos will come. You just click on one or two and you listen. You will get more ideas, rich ideas, because they are being taught by what? Experts, people who are knowledgeable in the field. Okay, so as students, you can't only depend on the information that we give you at school. You can research for more information to broaden your understanding. Things that you don't know, search for it on the net. Even if you have understanding, try researching, try reading other information on it on the internet. You will get more ideas. You get it. So ICT tools have made it possible for us to access information. So in this regard, we are saying that ICT tools are helping in what? Learning. They are promoting learning. They are enhancing teaching and learning. And there are other educational softwares that you can fall on. We have something we call Encarta software. You can install it on your computer and then you can use it. Okay, as students, Encarta, Microsoft Encarta software. It will help you a lot. So you can access information. Nowadays, you don't have to go to the library to read for an information. You see, every information that you need is already on the net. It's so simple. Even the books at the library, they are old. The information haven't been updated. I'm telling you, you can go to the library, just pick any science book and start reading about galaxies or the solar system. It will tell you that Pluto is a planet. I'm telling you, because the books were written years ago. But what do we know now? We know that Pluto is no longer regarded as a planet. So I'm saying that as students, ICT students, be a researcher. Search for information on the internet, okay, and then learn more. Learn more. If there's anything you don't understand, you can bring it to class, then we discuss. It's very important. And then ICT tools also enable us to share ideas, to communicate. Now, this is what we are doing. We don't only learn in the classroom. With ICT tools, we are not only learning in the classroom. You see, now you are at the, you are in your various homes. I am here, and we are sitting down comfortably, and we are just going over what we discussed in class. This is so beautiful. You see, so even learning can happen at the comfort of our homes. So we can share ideas, we can communicate. You see, we are having a page, a WhatsApp platform where we share ideas. Initially, I told you I'll be running late, and I might start the class around maybe 8:30 to 9. And then I quickly boarded a vehicle from town to this place, and so just to meet you. You see, now I'm at the comfort of my home, enjoying in my wheelchair, turning and turning and turning and laughing and smiling and teaching. You see the thing, and you are also listening at your end. Now, so with the mobile phones, we can share ideas.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, you can create what a WhatsApp platform, and then you can share ideas. You see the thing. So now sharing of ideas and communicating has now become what easy for us, and it is by what it is as a result of ICT too. So now even students can rely on social network platforms to discuss solutions to problems. You see that. And then mathematical calculation, ICT tools such as calculators and computers, okay, they help in what? Mathematical calculation. So now with ICT tools, mathematics are now become friendly. There are a lot of people who are afraid of numbers. When they see numbers, then they become afraid. That is the reason some are struggling in mathematics, because numbers alone frightens them. When they see numbers, they are frightened, they are afraid, they become afraid. But with ICT tools like the calculators and those things, even the spreadsheet application will perform wonderful calculation for you. Powerful calculations will be performed for you with ease. You see that? So now mathematics has become what? Easy, thanks to what? ICT tools like what? Calculators. So now complex mathematical problems can easily be solved. Now, distance learning. ICT also promote distance learning. You can be at the comfort of your home and be studying at Oxford University. At the end of the day, you'll be given certificate. Wherever you take the certificate to, it is genuine. And the same certificate those who are schooling out there will receive. It is the same certificate that they will give you. And you undergo the same training. But the only difference is that yours will be online. You see, and these things are now easy. You see that when the lockdown came, you see, we fell on what? These ICT stuff. And St. Mary's Schools GH.com, we were using it. And students were at home learning. You get it. So now distance learning, online learning has now become possible as a result of what? ICT tools. Even now, we have what we call President Special Initiative. Okay, that's TV stations, GTV, Ghana Learning Television. You see, sometimes they come, they teach some topics. You can be at home and follow to broaden your understanding of concepts that you are being taught at school. You see that? So ICT also promotes distance learning, and then illustration. We are saying that ICT tools such as the computers and then the projectors have now made what teaching and learning enjoyable. Okay, let's assume you are talking about the internal systems of human being. Maybe you are talking about the skeleton. You are talking about the digestive system. Now you can project it on the screen. The students will be watching. So now, as they link theory to the illustrations, learning becomes easier, and they are able to retain the information. So when we teach and you are able to see the practicals. We are able to help you see the illustrations of what we are talking about. At the end of the day, you see that whatever you learn will be retained. And no, sir, no, it wouldn't be difficult for you to remember or to recollect when you are asked in exam. You can simply write it. You get it. So please, these are some of the importance that we have derived from what ICT tools. And then I think I also spoke about common keyboard symbols. And I told you that there are some keys that require the shift key in their production, and there are some keys on the keyboard that do not require what? The shift key in their production. And we have a bullet. Chaps, that is the comma, hyphen, apostrophe, full stop, forward slash, and semicolon, do not involve the shift key in their production. And I explained and emphasized that you must know their symbols, because in exam, as we saw, 2019, I think it was 2019 or 2018, BEC, it came. Okay, it came, and students were required to state what? The names. To state the names of the various symbols, and to perhaps even state what? Their functions. Okay, so it's very important that you know them. And then the PCAS, shift plus 5 will produce the percentage, and then shift plus 6 caret, and then shift plus 7 the ampersand, shift plus 8 asterisk. But the shift plus 1 will produce the semicolon, the exclamation mark, and then shift plus 2 will produce the @ sign, which is used in website at Google, at yahoo.com, at yahoo.com. The shift plus 2 will produce that. These are the things that you should know. Very good. Good. Now, yesterday, we looked at introduction to the desktop. And I told you that today we'll be looking at launching an application. Now, so in the next 3 minutes, I told you we'll be looking at launching an application and then Windows management. Now, so launching an application. When we say launching in ICT, we are saying that it is simply the process of what? Opening, running, or starting a program. Okay. So when you hear launching an application, we are simply talking about opening the program, running the program, or what? Starting what? A program. So launch Mavis Beacon teaches typing. What are we saying? We are saying that open it, start it. Do you get it? Now, so how do we launch an application? How do you open an application? We are saying that there are 2 ways. You can launch an application from the start menu, and then you can also launch an application from the desktop. Okay, so you can use the start button, and then you can use what? The desktop to launch an application. Now, if you want to launch an application using the desktop, then perhaps that application would have its icon displayed on the desktop screen. So now, if the icon is on the screen, you simply double click on it to launch it. You simply double click on it to open it. Okay, or you can just click on it, and when you click on it, it is highlighted. Then you press what? Enter on the keyboard, bang, to open it. Or you can what? Right click on the icon. A pop-up menu will appear. The pop-up menu that appears, the first option is open. You click on open to execute it. So when you are starting or when you are launching an application from the desktop, the strategies are 3. You double click on it, you right click, a menu will appear, you click on open. The third strategy has to do with clicking it once, pressing enter on the keyboard. Now, when it comes to the start button, if you are launching an application on the start button, what do you do? For example, you want to launch Mavis Beacon. What do you do? Click on start button to display the start menu. Then you click on all programs. You click on broadband. Then you click on Mavis Beacon teaches typing. I told you, if it is Notepad, click on start button, click on all programs, click on accessories, click on Notepad. If it is WordPad, click on start button, click on all programs, click on accessories, click on WordPad. If it is Microsoft Office that you've been asked to open, click on start button, click on all programs, click on Microsoft Office Word application to launch it. Is that clear? Stephanie, is that clear?
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. Now, I am muting all of you. Yeah, good. Now, so that is how we launch an application. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of this topic. And then the last topic is what? Windows management. Windows management. And we mentioned that a window is a visual area of the computer or the visual area of an open program on the computer screen containing some kind of what? User interface. So the desktop itself is what? A window, because we are saying that it's a visual area of the computer, or the visual area of an opened program. And we have application window, and we are saying application window is also what? The visual area or working area of an application. Okay, working area of an application on the computer screen. And every window has some features. Okay, every window has some features. And the first one is what? The title bar. Okay, every window has a title bar which displays what? The name. The name of the application that you are running is displayed on the title bar. And even the title bar has some features. The title bar has what? Control box. Okay, and it also shows what? The title. So a window has some features, and the first feature that we will talk about is what? The title bar. And on the title bar, you will see what? The control box. So the title bar displays the name of the application, and then at the far right side, you will see the control box. And the control box has what? Minimize, maximize, restore, and then close. And you have to take note, because for the minimize, it is simple. When you click on minimize, we are saying that it drops the window to the taskbar. And then, so maybe you are using the computer and there is something that you don't want your friend to see. And when you see your friend approaching, you simply click on minimize on the title bar on the control box. Then it drops the application to the taskbar. So your friend will not know or cannot see what you are doing. Do you get it? That is the function of the minimize button. And then the maximize, check the sign, the maximize. The same maximize, when you click, it enlarges the window to fill the size. Okay, it enlarges window to its maximum size. So the application window becomes enlarged to fit the size of the on-screen, to fit the size of what? The on-screen. Now, when you have maximized an application, you will see that the maximize button will now change to what? Restore. So you should be able to tell the difference between the restore button, the sign, and then that of what? The maximize. It's very important. With the close button, it simply exits the application window when click. So when you click on the close button, it just closes the application window. Okay, it simply closes it. But the restore button will bring it to the earlier size, or will bring the window to its earlier size or to its normal size. But with the maximize button, it causes the application to fill the entire screen. So now the application window will cover the full screen. It will cover the full screen of your, it will cover the whole screen of your desktop. Yeah, it will cover the whole screen. So please know the symbols, because they do appear in exam a lot. The maximize button, how it is displayed, the symbol, the maximize, the close, and then the restore. Okay, know them, and then please know the function. Kemas, page 101, they are there. Find time and study them. Find time and study them. Find time and study them. Now, I am ending because it is time. It is now 8:34. I am ending, but I'm ending with an objective test on Windows management at page 102. At page 102. So now, number one, the visual area of opened programs. You can unmute yourself if you want to answer. The visual area of opened programs containing some kind of user interface is A, desktop, B, window, C, title bar, D, background picture.
B, window.
Window.
Very good. Number two, the minimize button, maximize button, restore and close button all together is called A, control box or control buttons, B, navigating buttons, C, window buttons, D, desktop buttons.
A, control buttons.
Very good.
Control box.
Good.
Control button.
Number three.
Control box.
Clicking on this option on a window reduces the window to the taskbar. Which option do you think will perform that task? Clicking on this option.
Minimize.
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 Yeah, that is the minimize. Number 4, to enlarge window to fit screen size.
Maximize.
That is maximize. It's maximized. Number 5, which of these window buttons would allow a user to switch between programs without necessarily closing the program? What?
Minimize.
Minimize. Very good. Minimize. Number 6, to know the name of an application window, look at the
Title bar.
Title
Title.
Beautiful. Now, number 7, this button when clicked will exit open window. Which button is that?
Close button.
Close button. Number 8,
button.
to resize window to smaller or normal restore button.
Restore.
Number 9,
Restore.
the computer desktop can also be referred to as a window. True or false?
True.
It is true. Number 10, the control buttons or control box consists of Windows title, close button, minimize button, and maximize button. True or false?
False.
It is
False.
very good. So the Windows title is not part of the control box. The Windows title is not part of the control box. Very good. Now, so with this, we come to the end of our lesson. Yeah, we come to the end of our lesson. Tomorrow, God willing, we will continue with creating word processing document, page 100,
Document.
page 106. Yeah, I think I have 22 students joining. Benedicta, Minta, and is it Jambi, Nathaniel, Samuel, Christine, Paddy, Rooney, Suzanne, and then the 10, I don't know the person, Ajua, Elena, Erica, Jeffrey, Judith, oh, okay, Mubarak, Nana, Priscilla. Do we have Priscilla Kweku?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we have.
His mother.
You, and then Rooney, Frimpong, Stephanie, Mami Sewa Inshira, and then, is it what? Avanya or someone. Captain D. Owusu, and Ahmed. You have done well, if only you are listening. All right. Thank you much for joining. God willing, tomorrow, maybe same time, we will start. All right.
Please, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Now,
Someone a chat message. Let me see. From my Mr. He says, thank you, sir. Okay. All right. Okay. So please, you may log out and then continue with your normal classes.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Sammy.